I think we all expect the lights to come on when we flip the switch. It is a fundamental part of our cultural existence today.
Electricity, it's essential service, and so we got to make sure we bring that every hour of the day, and we got to do it in a reliable fashion, and it needs to be affordable.
It's rural America. I mean, again, it is farmers, it's manufacturing, it's all that backbone, banding together and forming Wabash Valley Power, having the vision to do this. I think it's just tremendous.
The cooperative really took off on the electric side probably back in the 1930s.
Investor-owned utilities were bringing electricity to cities, to populated areas. The farmers, seeing their city counterparts, if you will, enjoying light and services that they didn't have access to, simply band together, form a cooperative, and go apply for a loan. And that's exactly what happened across the country in the rural areas.
So that's when co-ops step in, get formed, and make sure everybody has an opportunity.
By banding together and forming another cooperative, gave them the opportunity to have some autonomy and have some influence over the decision-making process. And that's why Wabash Valley was formed.
For them to realize that they needed to come together, setting aside your differences, whatever they may be, and say, okay, this is for the betterment of everybody, and this is a need going forward. I think that was just astounding, vision at the time.
Big lesson we learned, and a lesson that we carry forward to today, is let's not have all our eggs in one basket.
It became obvious, particularly in the early 2000s, that they really needed to be able to have steel in the ground, as they say. And so that developed into a more diversified portfolio.
Prior to Jay, we had Rick, who had been with Wabash Valley probably over 35 years. He kept that model of diversity in place to make sure he carried that through, and that set us up very well, even after he retired as CEO. After Rick had retired as CEO of Wabash Valley, Jay joined us.
Jay brought an interesting concept to Wabash Valley Power. There was actually revenue to be made by owning transmission.
To that point, he was one that identified that having an operations center would be necessary to carry out that strategy. We also got a new building in place that has the operations center. So it's a new headquarters for us. It's been absolutely wonderful.
And I think that's Jay's legacy, is that it served us well, and I think the members are really happy with the strides we made in reliability of the system.
The seventh cooperative principle at Wabash Valley is concern for community. Wabash Valley has elected to be sure that we try our best to do that.
One of our strengths as co-ops, and really our distribution co-ops, is they are part of their communities.
The things that they do in their communities every day. Project Roundup is a term you might hear. You can round up your bill to the next dollar, and then they take all of that money and reinvest it in the community. There's hundreds of those types of projects throughout the communities.
If your customers believe you're doing the right thing, then what you're establishing is actually member loyalty.
We are owned by those members, and they are in those communities.
21 cooperatives that make up our members of Wabash Valley.
Each one of the 21 members then seats a director on our board, and they set the direction of the company.
21 different perspectives.
Diversity of opinions coming together in one common cause.
The people that are living in the communities are the ones making the decisions here.
Electricity is an essential service. People expect it, and they're going to expect it even more down the road. From an industry standpoint, we're going through what I call the great transition. We're trying to move from fossil fuel toward assets that don't emit carbon, which are going to be renewables. We're trying to, as this industry, make that move, and at the same time do it in a way where it's still affordable, and also that we provide reliable power.
Today, Wabash Valley enjoys one of the most diverse portfolios from a generation perspective of any cooperative.
We have a lot of things going on that could be pivotal changes in our industry, so I think that's the challenge, is to figure out where those are going to go and then how we're going to adapt to that.
We're a nonprofit. We're doing meaningful work by providing an essential service.
Focusing on communities and bettering the communities and not profit.
It's the people that you're working with and working for.
The cooperative model is focused around the member. And that's why I am an unabashed believer that it is the best business model if you want to serve customers.